honestly that everybody deserves his place in this world. And the leaders, they should take care of that. We have to learn to work together. Who said this sentence again? For the people, by the people.
People.
So let's make these reservoirs empty. And let's work with all these talents who are in this reservoir. Being together and working together is a nice harmony. And to close, I have one sentence, and the sentence is a little bit hard, but I'm going to speak it very slowly. I can't stand the mediocre way of someone who has to humiliate another to feel important. So let's work on equality. Thank you very much for listening.
Wonderful, Bart. Wonderful. So you have proved that you are international music conductor now. We are glad because the unique way you have explained this about the women and her unique womanhood in terms of music, it is, I think, first time anybody might be hearing this, because symphony and the rhythms, and even I want to add on, Bart, like
Yes.
women can play every kind of tones, every kind of rhythms.
Yes.
Not just, yes, she can play all every different kinds of rhythms in her life. As a, like in Hindi, women are considered as like a, in Sanskrit, Yatra Naryastu Pujayante Ramante Tatra Devataha. Wherever
Yes.
the women are placed, gods and goddess will be there. So
Yes.
that means women is considered as an energy in terms of a god. Women is considered as a wisdom. Women, but even though women is given this much of power, but still this reservoir is not being untapped.
Yes, but that's amazing. Yeah.
That is the main condition. Yes, but compared to the before, men like you are tapping these reservoirs.
I hope I'm not the only one.
I want you to build a tribe, Bart. We want you to build a tribe so that everyone can come and tap this, because there are certain unprivileged or underprivileged girl
Yes.
children in this world who are really facing lots of discriminations in the world. And especially, I think after Corona, their situations became so worsened. They're not even given the basic education required. Means it's extreme level, low extreme level, they are facing certain problems. The stereotypic society, the cultures, the
Yes.
normal cultures that society wants to maintain, the superstitions, all these are the financial literacy. They are not considered to be suitable for financial literacy. So these are all the things are being come up. I think we have financial expert here, so she is going to highlight on this financial literacy and women empowerment. Our Meg from Germany, she's here, so I'm coming back to her. All these things are there. Thank you, Bart, for showing us that women is the one who can give passion to her responsibilities. Women is the one who can bring values and ethics in the family. Women is the one who can bring the smile and make everyone to feel the day without women is impossible in the world.
Perfect.
So, thank you, Bart. Thank you so much. Well, we need your all insights again with our panelists now who are going to speak and raise their voice. Especially, I can say our first panelist. Our first panelist is, have you heard about advocates, my dear friends? Lawyers, yes? Means lawyers, advocates, they fight for what? Cases, murders, etc., right? Do you know I have a wonderful advocate here? The wonderful advocate for thoughts. And Disalva from Turkey, Istanbul, who is living in Turkey, Istanbul. Basically, she's from India, but she is advocate for thoughts. Don't try to hide with her anything under the carpet, please. anything under the carpet. She knows the technique how to sweep out the things under the carpet. She is an analyst, she is a strategist, she is a international speaker, she is a Goodwill Global Ambassador, she is international author, she is author for a very famous book, Sand and Sea, if I'm not wrong, and I didn't do much good homework.
It's good.
So, such a wonderful personality who wants to bring transparency and candid things in the life, where people are believing to create the false relationships, where people are showing false empowerments, where people are trying to hide the logics. So Anne is one of the wonderful person in the society, in the world, who wants to create, discover and explore the hidden to the unhidden. So such a wonderful personality she is. So I'm very glad that she's going to highlight our one of the panel discussion question that usually our topic here today is the women as an untapped reservoir of talent. Do you agree, Anne? If you agree that, how can you demonstrate? How can you justify? How with the real examples? And we want everyone to know that. Thank you, Anne. Thank you for accepting and joining us.
Thank you, Shama, for that introduction. My God, it blew me away. Truly, it was very generous of you, and I thank you for this opportunity. The beauty about you is that your energy is so eclectic and contagious that it just attracts everybody to you, and that's your power and that's your talent, which is bringing people together. Yeah. So I thank you very much. One, for us becoming friends and being sisters, getting to know each other in such a short span of time, but yet feeling like I know you forever. So I'm truly honored to be here. I'm truly honored to be amongst all the distinguished panelists. So I'd like to start with saying namaste, which is how we welcome and say hello in India. I want to say Assalamu alaikum because I was a Catholic and currently I have reverted to Islam, which is peace be upon each of you. Merhaba because I live in Istanbul, and good evening and good morning to you who's joining from the US. I'm truly honored to talk on the subject of women as an untapped reservoir of talent. I'd like to say that there are 8 billion people in this world. And DNA and science always confirms a lot of statistics which the world accepts as truth. And so DNA says that each and every one is unique. Hence, there is 8 billion talents in this world. So why are we today talking about women as an untapped reservoir if there are 8 billion people, 8 billion people's unique talents? A talent is something, first let's break it down, that comes very easily to you. That's something very, very easy. You don't have to rehearse it. You don't have to practice it. It's a natural attraction. It is you being the medium between the universe and then transference to the world. So that is a talent, okay? And each and every human being has a unique talent. Why is talent untapped in some and tapped in some? The reason is opportunity. On one side of the world, and I'm quoting this from Angelina Jolie's very moving speech, on one side of the world, there is a woman taking an Oscars award, acting in a movie, directing a movie, adopting children. She's emancipated. She is standing on her feet, representing herself, expressing herself through her craft and the passion that she has to take her talent first for herself, second for society, and then for the world at large. And at the same time, you have another woman in a refugee camp, as she said, who may have better talent than she has, but she doesn't have is opportunity. So the most important thing is the ecosystem that where one is born. An ecosystem which accepts man and woman, as Bart very beautifully spoke about 50-50, that is an ecosystem which is very blessed, where you do not have to fight for rights and it's given to you, it's equal, because all children come naked into this world and everybody is going to die and leave this world and leave everything that they have earned in this world except their good deeds when they leave this world. So in this world, it is a spiritual being having a human journey. And that is where talent comes from. Just like there is the mother and the child connected through the umbilical cord, the universe and mankind is connected to a spiritual umbilical cord. God and the human is connected through a spiritual umbilical cord. And that's when, if you are aware, you have something totally different and unique in you compared to somebody else. So there is not even the need of competition. There is the need for ecosystem that is fair, that allows both genders the same rights. When we come to education, we are still fighting in 2022 for education for the girl child. We are still fighting for a stop violence against women. Statistics are worse than Corona. 1 out of 3 women are a victim of physical abuse. More than 25% of girl children do not go to schools. If they do, they go to a point where after that underage marriages happen. The ecosystem is not friendly to tap into the talents that they have. And that talent is untapped, and it remains untapped. It is the home, in the home, where a boy and a girl is treated equally and are not put into the brackets that you have to become a doctor, or you have to become a scientist, or you have to become an astronaut, or you have to become a pilot, or all the careers that give money, but allow the child who's unlearned when he comes or she comes into this world and has a keen ear like Bart for music, and his expression is through music. Me, my expression is through writing. For somebody else, it's meditation. For somebody else, it is social justice. For somebody else, like Shama, it's collaboration. There is no competition between the 8 billion people. If 8 billion people brought their talent into this world, there would not be any injustices. There would not be disparity. There would not be a Women's Day to be celebrated on 8th of March. Because we have to learn to celebrate femininity every day. No man says today is Man's Day because they are men, and they have been men from the beginning of time. The protector, the provider, the guide, the mentor, the one who will shield you from all harm. That's why they don't celebrate Men's Day. Why does the mother of mankind have to celebrate Women's Day on 8th of March? Celebrate yourself every day. And if you want to use 8th of March, come to me and put a post saying, this country, all girl children are educated now in schools. Come back to us and say, this country, domestic violence against women has stopped. Come back to us and say, social disparity of salaries in corporates has been eliminated. Meritocracy is talent. What is the merit that you have deep in your soul that you can express to the world that identifies you? There is a composer here, and I love music, so I have to say, when the soul sings, a poet writes. I can't write poetry without music. So similarly, a person who is all about healing and development needs a mentor like Jennifer to take them through meditation, calm them so that the core within them comes alive. And then you need sisters like Shama who come on board and say, I give you a platform to express yourself. Society, ecosystem, government rules and regulations. We find all of that in words. It's untapped because the action is yet to happen. The day the action happens, the numbers will show in reality. The fairness will show in reality. The justices will show in reality. The biases will disappear from society. We have beautiful philosophies across all countries in this world, and its beautiful diversity, like a painter's canvas, its different colors. We say Atiti Deva Bhava. Guest is like God. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. Buntu, I am, so we are. Why don't we see that in the world? If I am and you are, why are we fighting? Why are there biases? Why is there injustices? Why are people protesting? Why are children being slaughtered? Why are wars happening? Because we stop at words. We do not take it to action. And when we say woman is an untapped reservoir, I say sorry. Woman is the unimaginable sea. Like my book, Sand and Sea. Sand is the man, the first lover of humanity, sand and sea. Inseparable. The unit, man and woman, inseparable. When in harmony, as Bart was talking, you have a symphony. Yeah. And woman truly, like the sea, is incomprehensible. That is why she is the mother of mankind. Or else, if you could comprehend, you would not understand how an embryo creates a child inside. The love, the part of her that she gives, that is what Mother Nature is. That is what the sea is, the nurturing. So therefore, we have to remove this injustices, this disparity that is across every country, some issue or the other. It's like, I will give you a very disturbing example, which recently happened in Iran, when the girls and protester girls were arrested. I asked this question, it's okay you arrested them for protesting. Why were they raped? Why? Why were they killed? If we were one family and someone attempted that with our family member, do you think we would allow it? When an earthquake hit Turkey and hit Syria, how many people came? When the war broke out between Russia and Ukraine, how many people came? The day we stop lip service and 8 billion people contribute in one bucket their talent, the dam is going to break and unleash magic. Unleash magic. Thank you so much.
Bravo.
You made us emotional. You made us emotional. And I'm trying to recover. Thank you for bringing the lips magic things which people are using, that we are not putting into actions. But thank you for bringing that. And so lip service is everywhere nowadays in the world. Lip service has abundantly spread everywhere. As you have said very rightly, the day we stop this lip service and bring the world into reality, I think we can. And as you said, that on Mother's Day, Women's Day, bring the calculations. This country don't have this. This country don't have this. Then we'll definitely celebrate.
Give measurable results every year. And do not call yourself empowered. Till you are. When you have a rectified society, you are truly empowered that day.
What you
Till
said
then,
is very true.
It's just a terminology.
Terminology, exactly. What you said is, I love that terminology. This is just terminology and lip service, which we are just contagiously passing and getting satisfied. Getting satisfied. So we need to bring that calculative. We need to bring that quantitative.
The measurability. We have to measure what is happening year on year. Yeah. And then we have to say, sorry, go ahead.
Anne, please, Anne.
So without accountability and measurability, it is only going to be posts backwards and forwards and words and words and words and no action. And
I would
if
like
we
to
have
add,
to impact society, it has to be through action.
Yes. Wonderful, Anne. And I want to ask our Meg here. Meg, what do you say about this lip service and about the quantitative and the calculative growth of women that Anne was talking about? She wants the world to be candid. She wants to bring that candid growth, not that which just post and forward. What do you say, Meg, about Anne's words?
Well, first of all, I didn't expect so deep and inspiring speeches. So I'm very pleasantly surprised. Thank you very much, Bart and Anne. Also for the meditation. And this is definitely also one of the aspects that I would second. I mean, how to build the reservoir of talent for women definitely requires efforts at multiple levels. And Bart already mentioned the educational part, that like the knowledge and education needs to be provided equally to male and female. Also, companies, sectors, all sectors should be interested in building up diverse teams, diverse leadership teams. Studies have shown that diverse teams are performing much better. They have increased innovation. They are much more creative, and also much better in problem solving. And this should be in the interest of every company to integrate and empower women and have women in their workforce to last in the long run on the market. So it's not only like an ethical thing, but when it comes to economics, it should be in the interest of everyone. Okay, our focus is surely mainly the human part, the human nature. It should be in the interest of everyone that we give the opportunity that everyone can grow their skills, which we have inside of every one of us. To create these opportunities, we actually need to challenge gender stereotypes and overcome gender biases, because gender stereotypes at the end lead to gender biases and lead to an underrepresentation of women in many sectors. For example, when we think of stereotypes, let's say a man is rather like the leader, the decision maker, a strong person, and woman maybe not as similar as males. So this leads to the gender bias that we put males into like these leadership positions rather than women. And so overcoming these gender biases, it's necessary that women are not being overlooked anymore for promotions, being paid less than male colleagues, or facing any harassments or discrimination. Well, how there would be much discussion needed to overcome these, but at a certain point, we also might need changes in the law if the society, not themselves, create the change from inside the society, inside of the culture. But the people who are bringing or creating the law are most likely also made by males, which is also a problem. So I would say, for example, when it comes to rights, the rights needs to be, the laws have to be adjusted, and there have to be arrangements made that the workplace can be there can be like flexible work arrangements made, and that are also family friendly. So women can work and also can take care to some extent for the family, and not only are stuck with the family and not being able to work. A third point I would like to mention is that women, especially in sectors that are underrepresented by women, there are always some groups, for example, in the blockchain space, what's my focus, there are female groups where you can find mentors or